What's up, y'all? It's TruthTiger, and today I'm going to talk about the haters. And your haters are a total joke. These haters out there, they're a complete joke. They're completely silly, and they're just hating because they can't do productive or constructive things on their own. I was looking at some comments on my videos, and most of the comments super supportive, super awesome. Even got a $75 super thanks from someone, so thank you for that. But I had this one hater comment stuck out, and of course the username had a 666 in it. We've talked about 666 before, the mark of the beast. But so this guy's like telling me I'm gay and I'm this, whatever, real like fifth grade, not very mature kind of stuff, just making these dumb comments. And I'm like, I'm gonna click on this guy's profile, see if he has any videos of his own. He had about 30 subscribers, and he's this middle-aged guy, weird-looking dude. He's like making videos of him, like shorts of him sticking his tongue out and just being weird. And there's some videos of him like doing music, but he doesn't even make full songs. He just like does one guitar riff or something like that. And I'm like, man, like, what a complete and total joke. And in his description, it's like the straightest man in the world and all this stuff. And it's like, all right, this dude's clearly insecure about who he is, his sexuality, whatever. I don't know exactly, but he's trying to project it onto me and say very dumb, fifth grade level insults toward me. And I'm just like, man, what a loser. What a total joke of a person. This dude is just a joke and a clown and is just absolutely silly. And that's the truth about all haters, because they don't have anything constructive they can do. They don't have real skills or talents. They don't have anything going on. And the thing about haters is they have incredibly low self-esteem. Haters got no self-esteem whatsoever. So because they hate themselves so much and they don't value who they are, they want to devalue you and devalue other people to try to drag you down to their level so they can feel good about themselves. And the thing is, if they can't do anything constructive that works, that's good, that's positive, that's resonates with people, whatever, if they can't do positive things, they'll just try to sabotage someone else and throw stones at someone else. That's what the haters will do, and it's honestly sad, it's ridiculous, and it's like, this dude's not going to get a rise out of me, and don't let these haters get a rise out of you. Don't really give them a reaction. Just laugh them off. Laugh them off, because they are straight up silly and straight up ridiculous, and they don't believe in themselves. They don't believe in themselves at all whatsoever. If they believed in themselves, they would be doing constructive things. They would be trying to be positive, trying to build something up for themselves. But because they can't do anything constructive, they're just going to try to throw stones at you, and they're going to try to drag you down. And the thing is like, they're trying to make you feel insecure. They're trying to like say something that's going to get a rise out of you, or try to say some stuff that's going to like, they're going to try to say a comment that's going to like hurt your feelings or whatever. And when you're like, I'm strong in who I am, I have self-respect, I have self-esteem, you're not just going to make some dumb little comment and hurt my feelings, In the end of the day, I'm just going to laugh at it, It's just funny, And the thing is, like, looking at his like videos and his shorts, they're like the most cringe stuff in the world. They're so cringe, they're so silly, they're so ridiculous, and it's like, oh, that's what you're putting out, and you can't make anything happen. So now you're just going to throw stones at someone else and hate on someone else so you can feel good about yourself. And it's a very immature thing to do, like to want to be a troll and stuff. Like, if someone's like a teenager or some dumb kid or whatever, yeah, I mean, at that age, it's like you don't really have that much going on, whatever, But this dude was in like his 40s or his 50s, like, you know what I mean? And he's at that level of maturity. And, it's just like, it's just funny, And if I think about the haters I've had in real life, the narcissists I've had to deal with, like, they were all like that. They all deep down doubted themselves, deep down didn't value themselves, deep down hated themselves, deep down were very insecure about who they were, so they wanted to drag me down, And now I hang around people who have good self-esteem and are secure in who they are. And because of that, they don't try to mess with me. They don't try to drag me down. They don't have a need to do that, you know? And it's like with these haters, it's like you could fix your own life. You could improve your own life. You could work hard. You could grind, do the internal work, heal emotionally, heal mentally, get your life better. But, you know, they're too cowardly to do that. They're too weak to do that. And they're just too much of a silly joke, you know? When you look at these haters, they're very ashamed of who they are. These haters are just a big pile of shame. And I saw that with this dude's videos where he's like sticking out his tongue and being all weird. It's like, that's someone who's very ashamed of themselves. And because they're so ashamed of themselves, they've decided to take on shame and be shame and to try to project shame onto others by talking trash. And it's just the most hilarious thing. It's like they're a bad joke that it's, ultimately they're going to be laughed at, you know? And in the end of the day, it's like, you know, that really is what it is. I mean, they're just like shameful, silly little people. And the haters I've had to deal with in my life were the same way. They sabotaged themselves, shot themselves in the foot, caused problems when they didn't need to, doing dumb stuff to get attention. You know, that's what this is like these haters want attention, you know? And with this person, like, that's how they got my attention, is just like making dumb, immature, silly hater comments. And then I look at what they post and I'm like, yeah, that's about right. That is about right, you know? And it's funny, I got a call today from just from some telemarketer trying to sell me like homeowners insurance or something. And I'm like, nah, I don't have a home, I rent, whatever. And then right before they hang up, they go, pay your rent on time. I'm like, and I remember I was thinking, I was like, that's such a weird thing to say, like, all right, I don't know. And I'm not hating on anyone, just trying to grind, working in some call center or whatever, but you can tell with this guy, like, he had his own insecurities about money. He had his own money troubles. He probably wasn't going to be able to, you know, make his rent payment. He was probably behind the 8 ball pretty bad. So he's going to say something like that to me to be like, pay your rent on time. And it's like, that's a you problem, homie. I don't have a problem with that. Like, that's something that you probably struggle with, though, you know? So they're going to say these little comments and say these little things and say some weird thing to throw you off base. You know, he just says that, just immediately hangs up. And, you know, just like with these haters, it's just, they're such a joke. Man, they're so silly. And the thing is, it's like, they couldn't handle any kind of real confrontation either. That's why they make these little comments. And the guy was so quick to hang up the phone after he said that. And it's like, they can't handle any real confrontation. They're weak. They're scared. They're cowards. They're pathetic. They're so pathetic, you know? They really are. And same with all the narcissists and real life haters you got to deal with. Like, they hate themselves and, you know, they're very ashamed of who they are. So instead of trying to right the ship and turn things around and fix things and make things better and move forward, they're just like, how can I sabotage myself and try to drag down as many people along with me, you know? And I mean, you don't want to get caught up in that vortex. There's people like that who I made the mistake of trusting and stuff. And, you know, they're just going to turn really nasty. So, like, obviously, if you have someone like that in your personal life, don't date them. Don't be friends with them. If they're a family member, don't let the family guilt, you know, try to drag you into it. Like, they might try to act all sympathetic, feel bad for me, whatever. Don't buy their sympathy games. And just ignore them. They're going to have to, you know, they're in a sinking ship of their life, and they're going to have to deal with that themselves. And, you know, there's good people whose life is going rough too. There's good people who are going through problems, but I've gone through a lot of problems of my own. The difference between good people is they don't project it onto other people. They try to handle their business. They try to make things better. They try to fix things. They try to move forward. They try to make the best of things, and they don't try to, like, you know, talk all this trash to random people or try to cause problems with random people. And, you know, I mean, they're just so silly and contradictory and stuff like that, you know, and just like these haters are losers. you know, they might try to project a front like they got good stuff going on. This guy I was dealing with earlier, like, he didn't even do that. Like, he was just, like, circling the drain, man. Circling the drain. And it's just like, bro, like, take care of your own life. Do stuff to try to make your own life better. Don't be posting dumb hater comments on people's videos when you're trying to be a content creator yourself and you're failing really badly at it. And it's tough to be a content creator. There's a lot of people that don't have a lot of subscribers who are grinding. The algorithm doesn't notice them, whatever. Not the case with this guy. Like, his videos just sucked. Just incoherent rambling, sticking out his tongue, playing like one guitar riff and putting that up as a short. And it's like, who's going to watch that? And I mean, really, like, they're so ridiculous. And when you have good self-esteem and good self-confidence and good self-respect and you know who you are, you can just laugh at them. You can just laugh at them because it's like, I know who I am. This clown, joke, hater, loser is not going to tell me who I am at all. And don't let them tell you who you are. Don't let these clown, loser, joke, hater people tell you who you are. They don't. You know who you are. You know, that's between you and God in terms of your identity. But they want to, like, give you this shame identity because it's the identity that they have, you know. And man, these haters are just silly. These haters are just mad silly and are just, they're such a joke. They're such a big joke. On that note, I'm going to end this video here. Thank you all so much for watching. Much love, God bless, and I'll see you all next time.